Hello Ram fam, and welcome to this week's edition of Inside Cleveland Rams Football. My name is Jeff Garner, I'm your host. I'm here as always with head coach Scott Riley. Coach, glad to have you again.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks for
having me. Coach, before we get started, I got some great news for us. Happy to announce that we now have a show sponsor on board with us, Hometown Realty and Mrs. Sherry Howard, broker. Ram fam, if you're looking for your dream home or you need expert Johnston, Wake, and Harnett County real estate assistance, look no further. Miss Sherry and Hometown Realty is only just a click away. So no pressure, no strings, just personalized service tailored specifically to your needs. So to get in touch with Miss Sherry, go online to her website at www.sherry.myhtragent.com or give her a call at 919-247-2578. We've got all that information right on the screen for you, so hopefully you'll take a look at that. Give Miss Sherry a call. She'd love to hear from you. So, all right, Coach, so since our last show, a lot of great news to report. First, the Rams completed their regular season with another impressive victory over conference rival Corinth-Holders at home at Rams Field. Scored that game 70-56. Brought the Rams' overall record to 8-3. And if there was any doubt as to which team was the best in the conference, the Rams answered those questions, finishing an undefeated, perfect 5-0 in conference play. We'll talk about some specifics here in a minute, Coach, but tell us just initial thoughts on the game.
Obviously, the offense was at its usual peak performance. Played a great game. Really went up and down the field at will. Did everything they wanted to do, and played a great game. Obviously, special teams with the 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns and defense need to be improved upon. And it was a good offensive team we played in Corinth-Holders.
Yes, they were. They came to play.
But we tackled poorly and then didn't play very well on special teams either, so let them stay in the game. But overall, a great performance, and at this time of year, you don't argue with anything as long as it ends with a W.
Yeah, I think we lost the turnover battle this time. I think it was 2-1 or something, if I'm not mistaken. But those kickoff returns, they'll hurt you. Oh, obviously, that's just like a turnover itself and a score. So definitely got to do a better job there. But again, overall, I think we played well, just as expected. Both teams came out red hot in the first quarter, exchanging 7 total touchdowns scored by both teams in that first quarter. First quarter ended with a 28-21 lead by the Pirates. Second quarter, almost a mirror image of the first. 5 total touchdowns in the second. Pirates took a 49-35 lead into the half. What did you think of that first half, Coach? And what kind of adjustments do you feel that you needed to make? And what kind of things did you talk to the team there at halftime?
We had to make a couple tweaks with some of the things they were doing that they hadn't done previously defensively. We made some of those in the first quarter, but sometimes when you have time to sit down, calm everybody down, and kind of walk through it a little bit more, because we were scoring pretty quick too. So we didn't have a lot of time making.
Yeah, a lot of time. Yeah, exactly.
And of those 49 points, 14 were the kickoff return. So we figured we get that cleaned up. The real backbreaker almost in the first half was there's 4 seconds left and we kick it, squib kick, and they take that back for a touchdown. Yep. Kind of do the squib kick to be safe, and it still ends up being a touchdown.
And bite you. Yeah.
That one hurt. A lot of teams would have said, you know what, it's not our night, and gone into halftime, been down on themselves. But they did a great job picking each other up and played a great second half. Only giving up 7 points in the second half versus what they did in the first half was good on the defensive side, good defensive adjustments, but obviously, 56 points, whether you give them up the first half or second half, is too much. So, fortunately, we had a bye week and we got to work on a lot of those deficiencies we had for an extra week. So,
exactly as you said, as the Rams are well known for, they came out firing in that second half, scored quickly after recovering an early Pirate fumble. Pirates scored again with about 5 minutes to go in the third, but as you said, that would turn out to be the last time the Pirates would find the end zone in the night. Rams would go on to score 28 unanswered after that to seal the 70-56 victory and another Two Rivers 3A conference championship. You called the prior week, Coach, you called that win against Western Harnett ugly win. How does this game compare, in your estimation?
Well, certainly it was ugly on the defensive side and the special team side, but it's a team that has a lot of resilience and has learned to win a lot of different ways. So we're proud of that part of it, and that will hopefully come back and serve us well in the playoffs. But we know going forward we're going to play better and better teams as we go. Hopefully more than one round, but we'll have to play better defense and definitely tackle better on special teams.
Well, you mentioned the resiliency. Again, I've got that noted here too. Actually, Corinth led by 14, I think 4 separate times on the evening. I know you'd rather that not be the case. However, you've got to feel good about your team, not dropping their heads, having a wherewithal and the resiliency to, overcome those types of deficits.
Yeah, we've been down 2 scores in 3 of our 5 conference games. So the fact that a lot of teams would quit or lit up or
just like I said, not our night, like you said.
And if either any of those games go their way, we're not conference champions. If all of them go that way, we're struggling to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're a team that keeps believing in themselves and what we're coaching, and you can go a long way with that belief.
Well, let's talk some stats, Coach, like we always do. Unlike last week, quarterback Caden Norman, he was like 18 for 20 to start the game, something along those lines. Senior quarterback had a bit of a quiet start, completing 4 of 10, but he finished strong, 20 for 27 the rest of the way, finished with 444 yards, 6 touchdowns, also adding a pair of touchdown runs for the Rams. Talk about that play of that senior quarterback.
Played an unbelievable game. He threw for around almost about 400 yards, traditional passes, and then the shuttle passes kind of bumped it up there yet a little bit, which are kind of like runs, but they count as passing statistics. But he did an unbelievable job. He continues to do that, and it's a good weapon to have on your side when you can have a point guard out there distributing the ball to all those playmakers.
Compiled a whopping 711 yards of total offense, as we said, 444 through the air, another 267 on the ground. Tyson Dew had another monster game, 181 yards on 16 carries. That's an average of 11 yards a carry. I mean, what more can you do there, Coach?
No, obviously, since probably midpoint of the season, Tyson's kind of grown up a lot. The O-line's matured a lot on this win streak, and it's a tough defensive matchup for people when you have someone like Tyson in the backfield, you have the O-line that's blocking well, and you have all those passing options out there. You really have to defend the whole field, and it's a difficult task with the
just one's plenty. Right. all those parameters. That's tough.
Yeah. It is.
And the O-line really doesn't get enough credit. I mean, no O-line ever does. But the O-line definitely doesn't get enough credit. I mean, they're the ones that's opening up those holes.
Yeah, and that group's grown a whole lot. Struggled early in the year to run the ball consistently. Against Garner and West Johnson, and obviously the 2 tough defenses to run the ball on. But they've grown a lot. We play those 2 teams again. They probably still beat us, but we could run the ball a little bit better.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. We'll turn into a broken record when we talk about the play of senior wide receiver Jacob Scott. 12 catches, 249 yards, 21 yards a catch, 4 touchdowns. I mean, all you can say is wow. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, he's had almost 500 yards the last 2 games. So I think his 4th or 5th. It's like 200-yard game this year, so unbelievable football player, and I'm sure we'll see some highlights.
I think we'll see a couple
catching it like this, and you're like,
might see a couple of those coming up. Speaking of that, it's a good segue. I have queued up a few. Let's bring up a few. We might just see him on 1 or 2. I don't know. We might. So here we are. In the first quarter, Coach, first down for the Rams at the Power at 32. Sophomore running back Tyson Dew takes the handoff and rumbles in for the Ram touchdown.
Yeah, Corinth-Holders showing us a different look. They're usually in a 3-man line, and they really haven't varied from that since the 2 years since Coach Williams has been there. And the O-line did a good job of adjusting their blocking scheme to that tweak they had, and does a great job of breaking that tackle at the line of scrimmage, and then uses his speed. To a combination of the 2 things he has great. And he's breaking a tackle with unbelievable football players going to ECU next year. So it's not like he's doing it against
absolutely
a JV team. That's a man that he's breaking the tackle and running away from.
And switching the ball to the outside arm. Just shows again some maturity there for him.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely grown up quite a bit this year.
All right, still in the first quarter here, Coach. First down on the Pirate 49. Although we didn't score here, this play is indicative of the type of running performance that Dew did give us for the offense.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. So technically this goes down as a long pass, but unbelievable run. He's got a great sense of balance and speed. All the things you want in a running back. If you want to draw one up, you got the strength, you got the speed, and you got the balance there. And I'm glad we have him for 2 more seasons after this one.
Absolutely. I'll be honest, Coach. It's my favorite. I love the shovel pass. I love it. It's safe. It works most of the time. I don't want to give anything too much away here, obviously, but I love it. I mean, it's a safe play. We run it well. I think Caden hides it well. And again, Tyson obviously knows what to do when he gets the ball.
Yeah, we've also noticed, because we put timers on all that kind of stuff, it actually hits in the hole faster than it does the handoff. I'm not sure why, but it does.
I love it. Okay, second quarter now, Coach. First down for the Rams on the Pirate 23. Norman looks left, pulls the safety over, and hits number 85, Jawal Williams. Beautiful touchdown pass and catch.
Yeah, another sophomore we have playing for us, stepping up, doing a great job selling the route and beating the corner in one-on-one coverage. And this is what poses such a big threat to teams. Is you got 4 guys out there that can run and catch, and then you have 2 guys in the backfield that can run with the football, and it's a lot to defense.
Love the look over.
Because obviously the safety's got to respect Jacob Scott running the same.
Yeah, that's where I'm headed. I mean, no disrespect to Jawad, but that's where I'm headed if I've got to make a choice. And again,
and then you get one-on-one situations.
Right.
Our receivers do a good job of winning those one-on-one situations.
Absolutely. Okay, still second quarter, Coach. Third down for the Rams at the Pirate 14. Norman with a beautiful backside pass to none other than Mr. Jacob Scott.
Right. Yeah, you give us one-on-one coverage with Jacob Scott. We like that matchup, and great throws it where only Jacob Scott's gonna be able to catch it, and most receivers can't catch this anyway. But puts it on that back shoulder. He adjusts to it in the air and makes a great catch.
Absolutely. All right. Next up here, Coach. Rams take the second half kickoff. Drive down inside the red zone. Second and goal for the Rams, and Norman calls his own number this time.
Yeah, we haven't run Caden nearly as much as in years past this year, because he's been so prolific throwing the football.
Exactly.
And, playing it kind of safe, but down there the goal line, it's always a good call, and he has a good nose for the ball. Runs the ball very physically.
He does.
Well.
He's a very physical runner.
O-line does a great job here. Also, getting it all blocked out. There's the kick, and then the Brad Biggs comes around, gets the funnel up on the linebacker. You get everyone in the box blocked, and it becomes easy to get in the end zone.
All right, still in the third here, Coach. After the Rams recover a Pirate fumble, offense is on the move again. First down on the Pirate 20. Tyson Dew takes it in yet again.
Yeah, another good run here by Tyson. Same blocking concept we just ran this time with Tyson running it there. O-line gets everybody in the box blocked here.
Got everybody spread out with the
There's 6 in the box, and we have 5 O-linemen and a quarterback to block them all. So we get hat on hat, and then that gives Tyson the opportunity to get to the second level. And at that point, the receivers do a great job of getting in the way, at least long enough for Tyson to make his moves and get in the end zone.
I'll take that play anytime.
Yep.
Okay, fourth quarter now, Coach. Move down to the fourth. Your defense starts to step it up, as we talked about. 4th and 4 for the Pirates. They decide to go for it. Your defense makes a huge stop to get the turnover on downs.
Yeah, big stop here. This is kind of in the middle of our run here, where we got several defensive stops. TJ Nam makes an unbelievable play, takes on the block, sheds it, and then jumps in the hole and gets on tackle, slows him up for the rest of the defense to finish him off there. But a great single effort by TJ and the rest of the defense as well, fitting up in their gaps and taking on blocks.
Yep. All right, next possession for the Pirates after another Rams touchdown, and your defense does it for you again. 4th and long for the Pirates from the Rams 21. And here comes TJ Nauman again with a sack for another Pirate turnover on downs.
Yeah, I think a block and miscue on Corinth's behalf there. They gap down on nobody.
You don't let him go.
And no one accounts for TJ. The back's the opposite side, so he can't get there, and TJ gets a free run at the quarterback. So great play by TJ, take advantage of their miscue, and a big time sack and a big time play. So he made 2 4th down stops for us and did a great job.
Yep. All right, late 4th now, Coach. Rams with a 4th and 2 at the Pirate 39. Rams trying to drive the nail in the coffin, and who else? As we said, Mr. Jacob Scott catches a quick out, takes it all the way to the house himself.
Yeah, obviously the goal here is just to, get the first down. They're obviously loaded up the box here, run heavy on 4th and 1, bringing the blitz. So we thought just throwing out Jacobs a little hitch that gets us the first down, and he's able to. They miss a tackle, and he's able to take it to the house.
And that's all she wrote after that.
Yep. This is just a first down maker, and sometimes those turn into big plays.
Yeah, I don't think we were expecting 6 here, but we'll surely take it. Again, another great effort by Mr. Scott. All right, thanks, Coach. We appreciate it. I knew we'd get a few of those in there for Mr. Scott, but we appreciate it. So next up, our weekly awards. Who you got for us this week?
Well, on offense, it seems like we just rotate between
Flip a
Tyson,
coin.
Caden, and,
I was gonna say,
Jacob, and any week, all 3 of them could win it. But I guess we'll give it to Jacob Scott this week.
Gotcha.
250 yards, but all 3 of them deserve it. All 3 of them had great games. So any one of those 3.
Absolutely.
But I guess it's Jacob's turn in the rotation. So we'll give it to Jacob Scott this week. Defense player of the week, we'll also give it to Jacob Scott.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't pull up a couple of stats, but I know he made an interception there at the end. And
he made 2 interceptions. Yeah. I really think he had a third, but they called it incomplete catch. But still didn't see that on film. But that's the way it happens. But played great coverage all night. Really took away half the field with his coverage, and he's had I think 5 interceptions on the season. He's only started
3?
He started playing defense the last 6 games of the season, so he's averaging almost an interception a game. So he can catch on offense, he can catch on defense.
Yes.
Or the first couple games he played, he dropped a couple interceptions, and I get on him and said, "Did we put you in a receiver stance or something?" But since then, he's done a great job of getting his hands on the ball. I think the 5 interceptions have all come in the last 4 or 5 games, so he's doing a good job with that. And then special teams player of the week, we're going to share it with Bailey King and Wyatt Covey.
Awesome.
Bailey had a busy night.
He did have a busy night. Yeah.
The playoff game, the soccer game, got moved up to Friday, so he had double duty. We tried to move up the soccer game as early so he could come and kick, and they went to quadruple overtime.
Exactly.
I don't know what the odds are.
Yeah, that's the first for me.
Of quadruple overtime, so he didn't actually get there to kick the first quarter or 2, and there's a lot of scoring.
I was going to say,
most teams you miss a quarter or 2, a quarter and a half, and
a kickoff.
You miss you miss a couple extra points. But so White, stepped up, made all the extra points, and then Bailey came and took over, and he made all his extra points. So we've made something like 40 or so consecutive extra points between the 2 of them. So
that's awesome.
It's a pretty impressive streak for those 2.
Yes.
The trenches player of the week, anyone on the O-line, I thought they played a really good job.
They really did. 2 of the O-linemen that don't get as much praise or accolades as the other ones, but they've really come a long way, are Nathan Dean and Brad Biggs. Brad started all year as a sophomore playing left tackle, and that's not an easy task as a sophomore. And Nathan came in about halfway through the season. He played the whole year, but as a starter. And matter of fact, since he's been a starter, we haven't lost a game. So those guys have come a long way in their maturity, their strength in the weight room. And I think they've been an anchor over there. Like I said, they don't get the accolades they deserve, but I think they've just consistent. You know what you're going to get. It's strong. It's
right. And with the other seniors and stuff like that, you look to them for leadership, but they've done a great job. And then the scout team player of the week goes to Nathan Coward. He just brings it every play. He does a great job all through practice. And Coach Wilkie gets mad at when he ever comes out of scouting because he knows that he's not going to get a good look. And no one's going to get the same effort that he gives. So he's done a great job and continues to do a great job for us. And it helps the O-line get better.
That motor is 100 miles an hour.
Yep. There's no off switch to them, that's for sure. And then the program player of the week, I wanted to talk about the whole team. Individual report cards came out. Whole team did a great job. There's about 5 or 6 we had to have a little heart-to-heart discussion about the importance of. But out of 100-some kids, and you have 4 or 5 that you have to talk to about grades there.
Wow.
A real good effort out of them. So I was proud of that.
Well, that's again, and I know you're a pretty humble guy, and the coaches are too. But you guys do a real good job with these fellas. You really, you emphasize. Obviously, your X's and O's. That's a given, and the scoreboard shows that, and the record and all that kind of thing. But these are the kind of things that go on behind the scenes. That, again, if they didn't give you guys the respect that you deserve, and the effort that you guys put into it behind the scenes, you wouldn't be getting these type of success stories behind the scenes. So a lot of the credit goes to you. Again, don't want to take take anything away from those guys. I mean, they're the ones, you know, got to do the work. You know, but again, you guys instill in them, you know, what it means to be a Ram, what it means to be here at Cleveland High School, what it means to be on one of these teams. It's not just X's and O's. It's not just wins and losses. You know, it's character, and you know, you guys are to be well commended for that kind of effort. You know.
Yeah, real proud of the effort they gave. You know, anything less than a C is unacceptable here, and you know, we only talked to a handful of kids.
There you go.
That's a good thing.
Absolutely. Complete. Rams win the conference title, and so next up, the playoffs. Got to turn it up another notch. Again, we've been very fortunate here at Cleveland to have played many games in the playoffs. A lot of schools, you know, a lot of schools can't say that, and we've been very fortunate. And again, that's a credit to the players, to the coaches, to the fans, to parents, all that. I mean, it goes across the board. But we've been very fortunate. But and in our relatively short existence, and again, that's a tribute to everyone. But before we get into the specifics of this week's game, Coach, give us your perspective of what it means to be in the playoffs, what it takes to be successful there. You know, what have you told your players this week? What have the past players, you know, have they played a role? That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's an honor. Yeah. Obviously, we've been fortunate enough here that we've always been in the playoffs. And I think, you know, since the playoffs expanded, I don't know, 15 or so years ago, some of the just making the playoff part of it has kind of lost its luster. And, you know, when I first started coaching, you know, 13, 14 years ago, it wasn't a big deal just to make the playoffs because so many teams made it. And the same teams are making the playoffs now, but if you think about it, it's been 15 years, and every year you're having 5-6 schools to the classification. It does mean it more to make the playoffs now. And it's a little bit harder. You know, the first round, if you had a good seed, the first round was kind of a joke. It's not that anymore.
Not anymore.
There's no bad team.
No, sir.
You know, Corinth-Holders, the last seed to get in the playoffs this year, and they just scored 56 points.
I was going to say, who wants to play them?
Right.
You know.
So there's no bad teams in the playoffs, and it's an honor to be there. And at this point, we won the conference championship, so we're going to keep playing, and hopefully we get another championship. But it's all, you know, you're all playing with house money at this point. You've done a great job all year, and you just hopefully keep doing it. But it's an honor to be here, and hopefully we can stay here as long as we can.
Absolutely. Well, we now know that the Rams have secured a number 2 seeding in the 3A playoffs. They will take on number 7 seed Vikings of Union Pines High School in round 1. This is a bit of a deja vu here, Coach, for the Rams. We were matched up against UP in the first round of the playoffs last season as well. Rams were fortunate to we won that one 37-31 at Rams Field. We know this is a new season, 2 different teams and all that, but will the history against this team in the playoffs, will that play a role in this game, you think?
Absolutely, I think so. And I've been telling the players this because we thought we'd play them last week too, and we were just looking at it. You know, we ended their season last year, and that's not.
You don't think they're going to be coming ready to play?
They're going to be motivated for it. You know, Southern Durham's ended our season 2 years in a row. We'd love a chance to get at them again, and so they're going to feel the same way about us. And, it was a close game, 37-31. They're coming down the field, they're in scoring position with, you know, 4th and 5 and don't convert. So they feel like that's a game they could have won, and they want to come back and try again.
Yes.
So, our kids are going to be motivated and play well. They're a very well coached team, a very talented team.
Yes.
You know, that conference they come from with, you know, Terry Sanford and Southern Lee County, Westover.
No pushovers there. No.
A good slate, so they're going to be well tested for whatever we can throw at them.
Well, the Vikings come into the game with a 6-5 overall record. They were 2-4 in conference play. Again, a strong conference, as you mentioned. They come in averaging about 30 points a game. On defense, they average just about the same amount giving up on defense. Head coach Ryan Riggin, he's in his 8th season with the Vikings. Definitely has a talented, experienced squad. 29 seniors on board, including senior quarterback number 5, that's Ben Bobliss, and defensive end number 7, Taj Austin. Again, that was the ECU commit you talked about a little earlier. What's going to have your attention this week, Coach?
Unfortunately for them, Bobliss broke his leg a few weeks ago, and but they've, you know, brought their next quarterback, and their offense has really looked fairly similar. So they have that going for them. They throw the ball and run the ball fairly balanced. I figure it's you know, they wear the same colors as us and they run the same offense as us. They look a lot like us.
They do.
It's like 2 mirror images playing each other on Friday night. They're very balanced between run and pass. If you take away the run, they're going to throw the ball. If you take away the pass, they're going to try to run the ball. So it
kind of reminds you of somebody else, like you said.
Yeah. So it definitely put a test upon our defense and our defensive coaching staff to defend that. You know, number 7, Alston, he's a man up front.
He is.
Gave us trouble last year. He's back again. But the whole D-line is very good. I think all of them are back from the year before, and they played a great second half. Played a pretty good first half, and we were able to get a few plays here and there. They were able to settle us down in the second half and shut us out in the second half. So that's something we'll have to protect a little bit better and block a little bit better than we did in the second half last year.
Okay, Ram fan, well, here we go. There you go. We're going to have it again. Next up, Vikings Union Pines High School. First round of state playoffs, kickoff 7:30. And as we said, the players have to turn it up another notch, and so do you, Ram fam. I'm sure you agree, Coach, that it makes a huge difference to the players when they look out in those stands and they see a packed house of loud and proud Ram fans. I mean, you know, if we ever needed it, we need it starting Friday night and moving on through.
Right. You know, we usually we play Clayton and we play West Johnson early in the year. We have packed houses here, and we get the playoffs, so we don't have the same attendance. We'd like to change that this year and have a packed out house of students,
absolutely,
family, friends, and community members.
We don't want to get you know, too used to this, because like I said, the playoffs are you know, it is an honor. And it's not easy to get here, and it's not easy to win, and so every bit helps. And again, that Ram fam out there getting loud, we need you there, folks. So need you in the house. So we'll certainly be there covering every play as we always do. We'll be right back here, Coach, with coverage of highlights of the game. Thank you for your time again this week. I know you've been really busy. So any final comments for us?
Nope. Look forward to seeing you, and it's win or go home time.
I'm telling you, this is it right now. You know, there's no more tomorrow. It's you got to win and keep playing.
That's absolutely it.
Okay. So good luck, Coach. We appreciate it. Let's bring home another W. Tune in next week, Ram fam. And again, as always, go Rams.